And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and we're here to talk about XP in NBA 2K22, my team. Look, we got about, 9, 10 days, about 9, almost a half days left in, that was not the proper way to say it, but who cares, left in Season 1. So if you are going for Carmelo, you still got a little bit of time. Like, I'm still only a level 36. I still got a bunch of XP left, in order to get Carmelo Anthony, of which I will do. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So we got some new dailies. We got our acquire a shoe colorway from the auction house. So if you're looking to sell any of the shoe colorways, now is probably a good time. Get 7 assists with Grizzlies players in a single game. Just send a card to get graded. It's 150 XP, why not? Make 5 3-pointers with a hollow card in a single game. I do kind of hate how they keep tying the hollow card stuff to XP. Like, I think it's super stupid. But, I mean, it makes sense for them, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. When you're sending a card to get graded, just make sure it's a card that you're going to get a decent amount of usage out of. Like, I'm going to send Talen Horton-Tucker because I know for a fact that I will use this card because I don't have very many hollow cards, so I'm probably going to use it for, like, XP purposes. You know what I mean? That's kind of all I would recommend in that regard. Now, while looking through the XP that you can do, we got our week 5 part 1 stuff. Make 2 free throws with small forwards in a single game. Should be relatively easy. You have to play 3 domination games. Look, I'll be honest, if you don't feel like grinding domination, just play 3 rookie level or pro level domination games. Just get some easy XP, fill it with guys that you would like to actually do XP with, and just play those 3 domination games. It's really not that big of a deal if you don't want to finish the dominations put forth. Make 5 3-pointers with shooting guards. Score 60 points with Flash 2 players over multiple games. So you can do both of these while you do the domination. And this one as well. Just make sure they're a primary small forward. In addition to that, I wouldn't focus on any of these base set ones. They take forever and they're only worth like 300 XP. Now, like, if you're close to being done with some of them, sure, go ahead and do them. But it's not really worth going out and buying the card and spending all that time for 300 XP when you could go, for instance, and grab like Dunktober Cam Reddish for like 800 MT and get 750 XP in one single game. You know what I mean? The rest of these are relatively easy. I mean, if you have the cards, go for it. If you don't, obviously, it's not worth spending 300,000 MT or 200,000 MT on like Dunktober Kobe Bryant to try to make 23 pointers in triple threat online games. It's going to take a little bit too long, and that's way too much MT in general. I mean, you also got to remember we're getting Primetime 2 packs later today. What those cards are going to be like, who knows? But when you're looking at the Primetime packs, like usually the Sapphire and Ruby options are relatively cheap, and they provide you with like almost 2,000 XP. So, make 5 free throws with Primetime Landry Fields over multiple games. Quickly was like get 15 assists with Quickly in a single game. So they're relatively quick. I wouldn't try to get any of the Amethyst above cards. And the reason for that is the odds are always so bad on these Primetime packs that like these cards are going to be horrendously expensive for seemingly no reason. Obviously, they hit you with the 00 original owner bonus points. It's just so frustrating. I really hate that. Like, I'll be honest. Flash 2 guys like Halliburton and Crowder are both extremely cheap, and they provide you with a good amount of XP. You can get about 2,000 XP for the 2 of them. Make 7 3-pointers with Flash Tyrese Halliburton in a single game. I'll be completely honest with you guys. If you're trying to do this on next gen, do not do triple threat offline. Like, I'm not even kidding. Do not do TT, because TT offline, the defense is so ridiculous in this game that they will contest every single 3-pointer that you put up. It's more than frustrating. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's probably one of the most frustrating things in this game, period. Like, it sucks, dude. I tried to do this, and like, I haven't even been able to get it done just because I got frustrated like too quick in. You know what I mean? And I'm just super annoyed. As far as signature series, you can pick these guys up for relatively cheap, like Terrence Ross and Rudy Gobert. He just needs to get 10 blocks, and he blocks the CPU pretty frequently. 10 3-pointers with Signature Series Terrence Ross in a single challenge game is kind of rough. I recommend doing the daily challenge. Like, that's probably where you're going to have, or the pickup challenge. It's probably going to have the most success there because it's on pro difficulty. You could also do, it doesn't have like an end. You know what I mean? If you're looking for free packs, by the way, I recommend trying to do some of these if you can. And the reason for that is you get some free packs out of it. Like, most of the time, you're just going to get a base set Emerald. But, you know, it is what it is. Speaking of that, if you are waiting to fill out any of these base set sets, I would wait till next week to do so. The reason for that, all these cards are going to be very cheap when the super packs come out, because the super packs are going to have horrendous odds, and every level of the base set guys are going to drop dramatically in price. They're probably the only cards that are really going to see a significant drop off because of those super packs, if I'm being honest. Like, we'll see a drop off in price on guys like Damian Lillard and LaMelo Ball, potentially. Like, some of the Ruby cards, you'll see a little bit of a drop off. Like, instead of Gary Harris being like 3 or 4K, he'll be like 2.5 or like 2 or something like that. Maybe you'll see a drop off in guys like Josh Smith a little bit. Like, he'll be like 28K maybe instead of like 35. But I wouldn't expect a huge drop off in any of the Amethyst or above cards when those super packs come out, because they're just going to have like 2 or 3% odds for a diamond or up, and like a 7 to 10% for the Amethyst. So you're not going to see a huge drop. Now, like I said earlier, we are getting Primetime packs later. They're going to like tease the cards. There's really no rhyme or reason to what we're going to get from the Primetime set. My guess has been Chris Webber. Klay Thompson Amethyst is somebody I could also see. As far as the Sapphire, I have no idea. As far as the Ruby, I have no idea. It could literally be anyone from the history of the NBA. I don't know. A Ruby or Sapphire James Wiseman wouldn't be that shocking, though. Or like I don't think we get any Giannis cards as of yet. So, yeah, I mean, I could see James Wiseman for sure. Or like a Patrick Ewing, perhaps. Somebody like that. Now, looking at the flash cards that came out this weekend, I did do a whole market video on those. It's absolutely worth picking up Tyrese Halliburton and Jay Crowder, if not just for the XP, for using them, because they're actually very, very good. I have no issue with these guys. Scottie Pippen, solid as well. He's a little bit pricey, like, for what he brings. He is one of the best lockdown defenders in the game, but unlike Kawhi Leonard, I personally think he has a very easy to green jump shot, but it's slow. He can also attack, too. If you raise his three-pointer up a little bit, Scottie Pippen's actually significantly better than people say. Anthony Davis is so ungodly expensive. He's kind of calmed down a little bit, but it's also the morning, so there's not as many people bidding. But $300K for AD is not worth it. As far as the glitch cards, I'm kind of a little too high on Dennis Rodman. I know I've talked about this card a lot, but he's just so good for me. I'm a huge fan. Now, after this weekend, I got a chance to really use Isaiah Thomas during my draft runs, during my streams. I am going to be streaming later tonight, by the way, as well. And I got to say, Isaiah Thomas is super overpowered. Now, should you go spend 200 to 300K on this card at this point? No. I do predict that we're at least going to get one point guard in the Primetime set, whether that be a diamond or an amethyst. It'd be cool if we got a lower overall point guard, because we have every other position here. For the Ruby specifically. And it'd be cool if we got like a Ruby or even another Amethyst point guard that was usable. You know what I mean? That was very good. Who that could be, I don't know. They'll probably end up giving us like Jason White Chocolate Williams or something. I could see them giving us like an Amethyst Steph, though. I could see that. I don't know. I don't understand why Monte Ellis and Donovan Mitchell could not play point guard. Like, I do not understand why they had to do us like this. If Monte could play point guard, he would be my point guard right now, straight up. There's no question about it. I just don't understand. Like, Allen Iverson could play point guard, and he's still 100K, bro. Chris Bosh, still 100K. Chris Bosh is nasty, though. He's not going to go down anytime soon. Is Andre Iguodala buyout yet? Not on Xbox, apparently. Most cards have gone back up in price. That's part of the other reason I wanted to make this video. So if you have any cards that you invested in while they were really cheap this weekend, Primetime packs usually don't affect the market too much. I mean, I'll talk about the market implications in my stream or a video later, but for the most part, they don't really affect the market too much because the packs themselves are horrendous. Like, I don't think the odds are going to change very much. Like, it's going to be sub 2% for a 92 plus rated player, and then 7% for 90 plus. Maybe they bump it up to 8. Like, maybe. Also, the flash cards are gone, by the way. So, flash cards in general, 2K typically leaves them up for 7 days, but they've been taking them away immediately upon the weekend ending this time, which has been an interesting concept. I mean, a flash card, you know, it's supposed to be a sale pack is what it's probably supposed to be, but for the most part, I like the concept. I mean, we're already going to see guys like Jay Crowder go up in price because of this. If you picked him up for 3K this weekend, it's looking like you can probably get a couple thousand MT. I would wait on it, though. And the reason I would wait on it is because we don't know what the limited requirements are going to be for this weekend. And if these cards happen to be needed for the limited, you could make a bunch of MT because they're just going to be the rarest cards in the game. Flash cards in general are going to be super duper rare. Dominique Wilkins is super cheap, by the way, but I still hold firm on my stance that, look, if you want Dominique Wilkins, just go get Jason Richardson. Like, Jason Richardson is Dominique, but better. There's not very many Jason Richardsons up because nobody opens the primetime packs, but you're still better off spending 28,000 on Jason Richardson than spending 50K on Dominique Wilkins. That being said, I don't think you should really do either. Jerry Stackhouse is honestly just Dominique, but slightly better as well, and he's way cheaper. He just feels sluggish on current gen. I don't understand what it is. But we'll see what we get tonight. I don't really know. Well, I guess this afternoon, technically. Let's take a look over here at Twitter and see if they have teased anything, because they typically like to do that a couple hours before. So let's see, it being 2 hours until the actual packs come out, wouldn't be shocked to see them tease something. And would you look at that, we do have a tease. Grant Hill is one of the diamonds that we are receiving today. He only plays small forward and power forward, so that kind of sucks, but at the same time, we're also getting Julius Randle. Okay, we're getting a Amethyst Julius Randle, but he's a Lakers Julius Randle, and we're getting a Diamond Grant Hill. Wow. Okay, well, good thing you stayed tuned to the rest of the video here. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. Good luck. Like I said, don't overpay for the Amethyst. Like, Julius Randle probably won't be that good, so don't overpay for him. It's really all about the Ruby and the Sapphire that come out in this set, because those are the guys that are going to be the easiest to acquire, the cheapest to acquire, and the easiest XP to do. So with that, good luck, guys. I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I will see you guys later. Peace.